Look at us.
Look at us. We're just a couple of rural gals trying to create community and entertain. I'm Courtney.
And I'm Annaliese, and we're Egg's most okayest farm girls. Grab a drink. We're here to help. Hey, Courtney.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Wonderful.
Oh, good. I'm very excited for today's chitty chat because we're taking a walk down memory lane.
Yes, the theme is nostalgia.
It's going to be good. Yeah, we're going to talk about just all the things growing up, the shenanigans we used to get into. I grew up on a farm, you didn't. We're going to discuss a little bit of that, the nostalgia of it all. And then we polled our followers on Instagram asking for, the worst thing you ever did to a sibling or a sibling did to you. And we got some doozies. So we'll get to that. But first, and this is a very important question, and it may or may not end our friendship.
Might be over after this. We'll see.
NSYNC or Backstreet Boys?
Okay, I feel like there should be a drum roll. Please don't pick the wrong one. It's 100% NSYNC for me.
I was a Backstreet Boys girl.
Damn it. Well, it's been real. Goodbye.
Podcast. We're done now.
Turn it all off.
Oh, we had a good run. Oh,
come on,
man.
Justin Timberlake.
I know. It was so weird. So, there was a group of us girls in middle school, and we were divided. There was, the Backstreet Boy girls and the NSYNC girls. And I found, honestly, I don't know if I was really a big fan of either of them, but my best friend was, hardcore Backstreet Boys. So obviously I had to be loyal to her, and I had
loyalty.
Team Backstreet Boys. Yeah. I can't even remember what's the main guy. The guy she was obsessed with is it Brian? Is there a Brian?
Yeah, Brian was the lead guy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was the most attractive by far.
He was. Were you hardcore posters all over the wall? What are we talking about? What was your level of craziness?
I had one NSYNC poster. I wasn't so hardcore, but I also had a JTT poster.
Oh, don't get me started on that guy.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas, for those of you who are it and cooler than that.
Yes, he was such a babe. We were talking about the movie, you asked me about Huck Finn, and it's so funny because I just watched that with the kids the other day because I was I thought he was such a babe in that movie.
Oh, man. Yeah. Where did you find it?
Oh, Disney.
I just canceled Disney Plus. Damn it.
I'll give you my login info. You can go watch it.
Love, love, love that movie.
So good. But yeah, let's talk a little bit just in general about growing up. So I grew up out in the country on the farm. Were you out in the country or in town?
I was in town. I grew up in the suburbs of Madison.
Okay. Did you like it?
Yeah. I didn't know any different. You had asked earlier, or maybe it was in your notes, whether I wanted to live in the country.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know anything about it. I was just living my suburbia life and just loving it.
Did you have an ice cream truck that would come around? Was that a thing? I always saw that on TV.
Yes.
And that made me live in town.
When they stopped doing that, that was the end of my childhood. Why'd you stop?
Yeah.
Bring it back.
I lived out in the country on the farm, which is great. I did love that childhood and growing up on the farm, but it was just me and my sister. She was all I had. And back then we were not friends. I just remember so many of my friends lived in town and they'd ride their bikes to the pool. And I was just so jealous because I wanted to be that. I considered riding my bike from the country all the way into town just to swim with my friends. And my mom's like, absolutely not. You'll never make it. You'll die.
You will die out there. Yeah, that was a blast. I remember telling my mom, I'll be back around supper time, and she'd be like, okay, peace out. And I would just run amok in the neighborhood.
Ugh, what a time to be alive. I would not, would you do that with your kids now? Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. No way. I was just telling my family about that the other day, wow, times have changed, because I would never allow that.
No, it makes me thankful to be raising kids in the country now, and that they just, the farthest they can go is or the worst thing that could happen is get lost in the cornfield.
Right. Yeah, same. My mom never knew where I was.
No.
I had several different friends living in the same neighborhood, so it was really fun. But yeah I would just go door to door, round up the friends. We'd go to the park, go walk to Walgreens. That was a big thing.
Whoa.
Yeah, buy makeup.
Our little town, so I lived in a really small town, and when I did go visit my friends in town, we would walk, not to Walgreens, we had a dime store.
Ooh, girl, we did too.
Yeah, dime store.
So many treasures.
Yeah.
Ours was called Benjamin Franklin, and it had the most random shit in there. And it was like you could buy just random stuff for a quarter. It was great.
Yeah, the olden days dollar stores. Now you've got the dollar store, the
Yeah.
Dollar Tree, the Dollar General. Back then it was a dime store.
Yep.
Whew, we just aged ourselves. Uh,
Anyways.
but yeah, I don't know. Growing up in the country was pretty cool. Like I said, it was just me and my sister, and I was not very nice to my sister. I don't know if we want to get into that right away.
Sure. Yeah.
Maybe, well, let's hold off just a little bit. Well, because there's still some nostalgia stuff that we should talk about before I talk about what a psycho I was, and then we'll get into of
Okay.
all the other
Wait,
psychos.
hold up. You have one sister?
Okay, so I have two sisters, but growing up, I always say one sister because it was just her and I for the longest time. We're 3 years apart. And then
Uh-huh.
when I was 10, my youngest sister was born. And
Okay, okay.
we're 10 years apart.
Yeah.
So a lot of the shenanigans I got into, my youngest sister wasn't born yet or was too little to be involved in. So yeah, I have a habit of just saying sister, but I do have two sisters.
I totally get it because I have a younger brother who it's 8 years between me and him, and then 10 years between him and my sister. So yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yep. Growing up as a kid, did you guys go on a lot of vacations?
Yeah, my parents like to travel. My grandparents, they're like insane. Like they travel all over. They took me to France when I was little.
What?
Yeah, just me and my sister.
That's pretty
She took
cool.
us to France. Mm-hmm.
I traveled a lot with my grandparents too. We did not go to France, but they did take us, we'd go on all these road trips. And it was me, my sister, and then my cousin in the back seat with my grandma and grandpa. And we were just road tripping across the United States. The time, like, it was good memories, but they're even better memories now because I just remember my grandma and grandpa fighting in the front seat, like, Fred, you're holding the map upside down. Us three were in the back seat doing Mad Libs because you didn't have,
Yes.
DVD players, or if you were lucky, maybe you had a Game Boy. I didn't. We didn't play video games. So I just remember doing Mad Libs, playing like, hey, my name is Annaliese. My husband's name is Adam.
Right? Yep. Car games. Like we would like try and find all 50 states license plates.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, so if we did go on vacation, so it was with my grandma, grandpa, my mom and dad didn't really take us on vacays, but I guess our summer vacations with them was always cow shows. I grew up showing cattle. My parents were like super into it back in the day, and obviously then I was into it, and it was a lot of fun. And it really was our vacations because mom would pack a cooler full of like all the snacks she would never let us have at home, like Sunny D, Capri Suns,
Ooh.
a shit ton of KFC, pizza, just so many snacks. Do you remember the little koala bear snacks? They're almost like the dip-in sticks where you have like the breadsticks or the cheese, but for some reasons these ones were like little koala bears, and then you could like dip them in frosting.
Yeah. Vaguely. Like they're like little koala shortbread cookies.
Yes.
Almost.
And they came in like tiny little packs. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. For some
Those are
reason,
the
I
shit.
remember those. Then I remember our big dairy farm was outside of town, and then our home farm was in town near a Quick Trip. And so whenever we would go with my dad, he'd have to get a tin of chew, and then that meant we could get bug juice. Remember bug juice?
Yes.
So good, but I
So
can't.
nasty.
Oh, it was just, we'd live our best life when that happened.
Have you tried bug juice now?
I have, because the kids still love to get it. Just pure
Yeah.
sugar.
It tastes awful. I'm like, why did I want this?
No, or like the high C plastic ones where you'd like twist them off. Like it was like it looked like a plastic. It was a bottle, but super plasticky, right? I think it was
Yeah.
not high C. What's
Or
the Kool-Aid man? The Kool-Aid man.
Kool-Aid. The Kool-Aid with the twist off.
Yeah,
Plastic
yeah.
bottles.
That's what I meant. Oh yeah, that was a
Yeah.
treat.
Yeah.
What else did you live on back in the day?
Well, let's see. What was your favorite movie?
Oh,
I have one
God.
in mind.
I remember being hardcore into all the Mary Kate and Ashley movies.
Ooh, those were good.
I have to look up now. I don't even remember what they were called, but I know they were so many.
Yes, I still remember some of the songs.
Do
Like
you?
they came out with like a cassette tape and
Oh,
they were like broccoli and chocolate. It makes the people talk a lot. You don't remember that?
no,
Okay.
I don't. So Passport to Paris, When in
Oh
Rome.
yeah.
There was one about switching goals.
It was the same plot every single time.
Yeah, so good. Oh, just loved those. What was your favorite movies back in the day?
Now and then.
Ooh, that's a good
Do you
one.
remember that one?
I do. I feel like I actually watched it more as a young adult than I did
Yeah. Yeah,
kid.
maybe it was more of like a high
But
school.
that's a good one. I wonder
Yeah.
if that's streaming anywhere. I would watch that right now.
I would too. I bet it is. I'm gonna look that up as soon as we're done talking.
We should have like a whole party where we like get all these sugary, disgusting snacks and just watch old movies.
Yes, I'm totally here for it. Did you match your clothes with your sisters? Sorry, that's
Oh,
random, but it's on my list of fun things.
yes. Yes. My grandma used to, every year for Christmas, she would make me and, sorry, again, I say sister because Eva didn't come till 10 years later,
I totally get it.
matching
It's okay.
nightgowns. It was cool
Same.
for a while until it wasn't cool. I don't know at what age I was like, not anymore.
Yeah, we had matching nightgowns. My grandma, bless her heart, she made us like she was a great seamstress. So
Hmm.
like she would make us outfits and stuff. And our nightgowns, we had like matching doll nightgowns.
Ooh.
So
Did you have an
like,
American Girl doll?
oh hell yeah, I did.
Which one? Wait, let me guess which one you had. And then you can guess which one I had. You had Felicity.
I did not, but she was on my list.
Yeah?
I didn't get an American Girl doll until later on when they came out with like the customize your own.
Mm-hmm.
So like you got to pick their hair and their eye color and whatever. That's the
Oh,
one I had.
okay.
But you had what's that Victorian one? Is
Samantha.
that it?
I did. I was.
You have Samantha? I fucking knew it.
Everybody looks like their American Girl doll.
Yes.
Oh,
Cute.
yeah. School. I know on your list you had, what did you call it? Torture chambers or
Oh yeah. I have a whole section called childhood torture devices.
Let's go through that list.
Okay. So first off, the main one I think of, did you have to do the sit and reach in gym
Yes.
class?
It was so terrible.
Why? Why were they making us do that?
Yeah, why was it so important to reach your goddamn toes? Or
We got like graded on it.
yeah, and you had to like, I mean, they were checking your form on those things. Why did they care so much?
It's weird. Like I've never been flexible, and so I really struggled. And they're like, just a little bit farther. Come on.
Like, what does it mean if I
Like,
do
ow, my hamstrings.
yeah, what does it mean? Or same with like climbing the rope. Do kids still have to climb the rope? Why did we have to? That was my worst nightmare. Climbing the rope or running the mile. How many times
Oh
did you
my god.
feel sick because you knew you had to run the mile and you tried to get out of it?
I remember going one time and I was so far behind that my gym teacher counted wrong and he's like, last lap. And I knew it wasn't my last lap. And I was like, yeah. He's like, wow, you did really great this year. Because I fucking cheated. I only did like half a mile, but you didn't notice.
God, I hate running. So I was a cheerleader, and I know you were a cheerleader too. But us poor cheerleaders, we were at the bottom of the totem pole when it came to athletics and having space to practice. Even though we were
Oh my god,
actually
yeah.
really good and should deserved space, like we competed, like we did stunts, whatever. So because we didn't have space, our coaches would make us run around the school, like inside the school, if it was winter just like around
Mm-hmm.
the floors and same sort of situation. They would like time you or count how many laps. And I remember, well, they must have timed us because me and my friend would just hide in the bathroom until like it seemed like oh, we've ran enough now, we'll head back. We just hang out there. I think after a while she caught on and like came in the bathroom and she's like, girls, we're like, oh, this,
Oh,
that's
just
fun.
had to go. That's so funny because one of my besties, she's like my childhood friend. I was just talking to her the other day and she's like, remember when we signed up for track? Well, only because we wanted the sweatshirts. And so we did the same thing. We found a friend's house that was like on the route for running track outside, like practice. And we would just hide in the house until they like looped back around and did a bunch of laps. And we're like, oh God, we're so tired.
Yeah.
What a run.
Oh, what else did they
Good
make it?
times. They weighed us and like,
Oh.
did you get weighed in front of people? I don't remember if it was in front of people, but
Now
they
that you say
weighed us
that,
in gym class.
yeah, which is
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah, it really is. Like,
Oh,
and then everyone would be like talking about their numbers afterwards and made
yeah.
like half the class of girls feel like shit. Yeah.
And people wonder why our generation is so ingrained with that diet culture because one,
Right.
was happening, and then two, like I remember Slim Fast being so
Oh
popular.
yeah.
Little supplements, you gotta lose weight.
Jenny Craig and
Oh, yeah, I remember those commercials of like them on the beach and writing 1-800-JENNY in the sand.
yup.
Or just everything was about losing weight, losing weight, losing weight. Ugh, how
Yeah.
terrible.
I also have braces, expander with the crank, and headgear on my list. Did you have any of those?
Well, no, but I do have quite the braces story. Did you have headgear and all that?
I didn't have I had braces and the expander. My sister had headgear.
Ugh. They put braces on me when I was in 4th grade, and I had them until my freshman year. And then the orthodontist
Like
did not,
most of your childhood?
yeah, then the
Good lord.
gave me like a built-in retainer thing. And so then my
Yeah, I
teeth,
still have mine.
a couple years later I had to get Invisalign because my teeth had moved because he never gave me one. It was the worst. I
Oh my
remember
god.
freshman year of high school, I got my braces off and I got contacts, and let me tell you, this,
Girl.
yep. Finally I wasn't a loser anymore. Have I ever told you that I had a lazy eye?
No.
I need to
You
show
still
you.
have a lazy eye?
Well, when I get drunk, it drifts.
Drift? Oh my god. My friends always say lefty's coming out whenever because I had a lazy left eye when I drink.
Yeah, it's my left eye too. Uh,
Really?
as a kid, I had to wear, I think I was like maybe 4 or 5. I had these big old pink glasses, and then I had to wear a patch on my right eye to try to make my left eye work a little harder.
Oh
And
my gosh. I bet you were so cute though.
was cute then.
I had big pink glasses as well. And then in high school, I took them off. I was too afraid to try contacts for a while. So I took them off and I was just straight up blind for like 2 years. I didn't know what was going on. People would wave to me in the hallway and I would just keep walking.
Like, oh, she's such a bitch.
I know people have since told me like, "Oh, I thought you were like a really big bitch in high school because you never said hi whenever I would say hi to you." I'm like, "Oh, no, I just couldn't see."
Freshman year, I finally, came to life. Annalise was beautiful.
Way to go. Yeah, I got my braces off. I only wore them like a year. I got them off junior year right before prom.
Lucky, lucky.
Oh, I had the crank, like, so I had an expander on the
Yeah.
roof of my mouth, and my mom had to take a key, slide it in, and crank my motherfucking jaw open. It was torture. Like, my mom still is traumatized by this. She's like, you would cry and cry. I felt like I was torturing you because I was pretty
Yeah.
much.
Oh, I did not have that. I just had them on for a lengthy bit of time.
So bad.
No me gusta. Speaking of torture, should I tell you how I tortured my sister?
Yes, absolutely.
I've got a whole list. I actually messaged
I've got
her.
some good ones too.
You? I was just mean. So apparently it started when I was 3 and my sister was an infant. I would go into her room, shake the cradle, and scream.
What?
Oh,
Did your mom tell you this?
yes.
What?
She told me that I used to do that.
I don't even know what to think.
Can you imagine if your kids did that? I would be like, what is
I'd be like, you're a psychopath. We're taking you in
right?
to get evaluated.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, I wish Michaela was here so we could get her viewpoint on this. She loves me now. We're besties now.
Yeah, same. Me and my sister are so close, but yeah, we were not nice to each other.
I honestly feel like sisters or girls are worse and more feral and disgusting than boys are, but you just don't
Oh,
know it
100%.
because we only do it to each other. Okay, so we used to have this like cow sprinkler, and the tail would swoosh around and water would come out of the tail. And it was a hot summer day, so me and my sister are gonna go set this baby up. And Michaela's like, Annalise, go turn the water on. And so she's over there by the sprinkler, and I go to turn the water on, and I kind of, get this idea in my head. And I'm like, okay, it's on. She's like, well, nothing's coming out. And I was like, oh, well, look in look in the hose, or the sprinkler and see if there's some rocks stuck in the hole. And so she does, and then I turn on the water
Crank that sucker up.
and she just ran in the house crying, and then I think that was the end of the sprinkler day.
I remember my sister doing that to me.
Classic.
You bitches.
Are you the oldest, or you have
I'm younger. I have one older sister. She's like 2.5 years older.
Then your brother's the youngest.
Yep.
Yeah, so we lived just up the hill from our farm, and so frequently, like, we'd walk down to the farm. Sometimes we'd take a wagon. Sometimes, we'd set up stuff to sell lemonade. And I remember we were taking the wagon, and I made my younger sister pull me in the wagon. But then when people would drive by, like my dad or my grandpa or some of the employees to the farm, I'd be like, quick, switch. So it looked like I was her being a good sister. But then as soon as they drove by, I'd make her switch back.
Oh, that's great.
Oh,
Oh, your poor little sister.
I know.
It just reminds me of so my sister was probably like more physically brutal towards me, but I was like psychologically.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would always because I was usually the one that was getting picked on by her. So sometimes I would just make it up and I would start crying and I'd run to my mom, fake tears and everything. I had them perfected and I would just be like, she hit me. So she would get in trouble. I did that all the fucking time.
That's a good move. Solid move.
Ruthless.
I'm pretty sure Sage does that now. Sage, my daughter, she can turn on the tears so quick. It's ridiculous. No, I talked Michaela into letting me cut her hair once. We had like this cute little play school, hair salon playset thing. And we were playing, with the fake scissors, cutting her hair. And then I was like, hey, Michaela, what do you say we use the real scissors?
Of course you did.
She's like, I don't know. I don't think this is a good idea. And I was like, nah, I won't cut much off, just a little bit. And she's like, I don't know. Like, okay, let's do it. And I cut her hair so bad that she had to get a bowl cut.
All the way around?
Yes, because I had I didn't cut all of it that short, but there were pieces where it was just sabotaged. I, to this day, can remember my mom at the top of the stairs and I was at the bottom of the stairs and my mom just screaming my name. I was so mad.
Oh, I also had horrible haircuts on my list of torture because my mother would cut my bangs out to like my ears.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was a mullet.
Yes.
She would cut mullets for both me and my sister.
Oh my gosh. We're going to have to share photos.
Oh, yeah.
Episode so people can see, because I used to have bangs too. They weren't quite as bad where it was a mullet, but they were like big and thick and went pretty far back, and then my mom would curl them and poof them up. So they were
God, I have a picture like that too. Feather. She would be like, let me feather your bangs. Like, why?
It took me so long to grow those damn things out too. Like, yeah, I had bangs for the longest time. Even in middle school, I think I still had a little bang. But do you remember if you'd curl them, you curled it and then just slid the curling iron out, so it was still like, it was not natural. It was like curling iron still in there. Oh, yeah. The hairstyles.
I've tried to do bangs so many times in my life. And every time I was looking through pictures before our chat here today, I have to send you some of these. They're the bangs. I'm going to do it right now.
Never a good idea. Sometimes
But
I
anyways,
itch, and I always message my friend Jill when I do because I got bangs in college, and I remember like getting my hair cut, and I walked into her room, and her boyfriend was in there, and he's like, "What the hell did you do to your head?" And I was like, "Oh, bangs." And they weren't even that bad, but to this day, they still tease me about bangs.
yeah. And we had to have like the deep side part with the side bangs
Oh
in high
yeah,
school and college. Ugh.
so good. Okay, we're still going through this list of things I did to my sister. Those were all when it was just my sister and I, and then my youngest sister was born, and I think at this point in time, Michaela was like, "Cool, we've got a third one coming in. She's gonna be my buddy. I'm gonna use her to, battle Annaliese. Life is gonna be great." However, that did not work for Michaela. Eva, my youngest sister, ended up being my little buddy. And then things got even worse for Michaela.
Oh, poor girl.
We'd go into Michaela's room, lock her out, and then fart on her pillow and tell her she was going to get surprised. We did that almost every day.
How did you stay so gassy? You would take turns?
It's probably all the weird foods our parents fed us back then.
No shit. Like, I got mac and cheese and bug juice every day.
But yeah, and so then we kind of progressed in to high school, where at this point our fights got more violent, I would say. Because I do remember, I don't even know why, but I remember I pulled a knife on her once. Like, I was never going to really do anything to her. I think she was just annoying the piss out of me, or she was going to tattle on me for something. And so I was like, "Don't you dare." And like chased her around with a knife for a little bit. I don't know. And
No big deal. Just chased her.
yeah. And
There's
then,
surprisingly a lot of knife stories that I got from followers. So it's not just you.
yes, I got a lot of knife stories. And I think I even polled my followers and was like, if you are a sister and had a sister, did you pull a knife on your sister? And there was at least 30 to 40% of people that were like, oh yeah, knives were involved. Like,
Yeah. Sisters, man.
yeah, I don't know. And then we just got into a lot, like, I remember fights with pitchforks, just everything became a weapon. We used to have to feed calves together, and that's when we really hated each other because at this point I was in high school and I was going to parties, and I remember, like, I'd be up all night and then we'd have to do chores in the morning. I would be so tired, possibly still drunk, hungover, that I would just like sleep in my car and make my sister do all the chores
Do
herself.
all of it. And she probably just did it because she had no choice.
She just did it. Like, I don't even really, I think one time I remember her like coming and be like, "Get your ass up." And I was just like, "Roar!" No. Eventually, like I said, me and my sister did become friends. Later in high school, we started to like each other a little more because I remember I actually picked her up once from a party. I was her sober cab, and it was like, I think one of the first times she got drunk, and I was like, "Girl, we're going home. You gotta get it together here." So I rolled down the window. It's January in Wisconsin, and I told her just to hang her head out the door or out the window like a dog. She did the whole way home.
Oh, poor girl. Good thing
I
she didn't get frostbite. Jesus.
You do. Or what'd your sister do to you?
I've got a few. My sister used to like take my fist and just
Bite it?
bite them all the time.
Just
And no reason at all. As adults, I'm like, what the fuck? She's like, I don't know. I'm some kind of psychopath. I'm sorry about that. We're like best buds now. But yeah, we wanted to kill each other when we were like, younger. So to get back at her with like the knuckle biting, I used to sneak into her bedroom every night, and she had like a little piggy bank with a lock on it, and I would unlock it. I knew where the key was, and I would unlock it, and I would steal her allowance 1 quarter at a time every single night.
That is kind of
finally she's like, where did all my money go? I'm like, I don't know. I got plenty though. I'm gonna go shopping.
1 quarter of the time, you sneaky devil.
Yep. And then one other one. My sister still denies this, but I remember it. Anytime she would have to go to the bathroom and like take a shit, she would force me to come into the bathroom with her and sit in the corner because she claimed that she got bored. She needed someone to talk to.
Oh my god. I feel like I need to meet your sister because I didn't do that, but that sounds like something selfish I would do. Like, come
Oh,
in,
yeah.
you peasant.
Yes, exactly.
Might be here a while.
Those were all of my like personal ones. I do have some from followers, and I know you do too.
This one wrote in, my siblings were born with brown hair and brown eyes. I had bleach blonde hair and blue eyes. My sister would tell me I was adopted every day. She then would let us play outside and tell me the hawks were going to pick me up and eat me because I was blonde and they weren't. I was traumatized. And then I was like, how do you feel about hawks now? And she's like, they don't bother me, but I'm still convinced I'm adopted.
Oh, I feel for her. I'm the only redhead in my entire family.
Really? Where do you get it
Yeah,
from?
I think my dad, when he, like, looking back now, like, at old photos of him, he had reddish hair. But
Mm,
most of my childhood and now, well, he's bald now, but he had dark, dark brown hair. And my sister has brown hair. My mom has brown hair.
weird.
But anyways,
Anyways,
I look exactly like him, so I know that he's
you're
my
not the
dad.
you're not the milkman's baby.
Correct. So one follower says, I threw a frozen cow turd at my sister and hit her in the eye. When I did this, it also happened to be when she was going on one of her first dates, so she has a small black eye and a scratch.
Oh, and smelled like possibly shit.
Yeah. Cow turd throwing. One other follower said, my dad made the three of us solid wood guitars to paint and use for pretend air guitar. Guess what they were used for instead? Yes, combat weapons. Those things hurt. They got cut up and burned a few weeks later. My sister had me lay on the beach and eat crackers. She heard if you lay down and eat crackers, you will die. She's been trying to kill me since 1974.
What sort of information is this?
I don't know where she saw that.
This
Maybe
seems like a really good kid trying to be bad but doesn't know how to be bad.
Exactly.
Here, eat these crackers while you relax and lay down. You're gonna die.
Maybe it stems from like you have to wait 30 minutes before you get in the water after you eat. Do you remember that rule?
Yeah,
That was just
big deal.
bullshit.
That's something, another topic we could get on. Bullshit rule. That one, and then do you remember, like if you turned a light on in the car, your parents would be like, "You can't have a light on in the car."
I will crash. We will all die if you do that. It's like, what?
Or like you can't go outside if your hair is wet. Like my mom would always be like, "Do not go outside with your hair wet. You will catch a cold."
Right. Or you can't take a shower during a thunderstorm.
Yes. I remember the first time I did take like I was probably in college or even when I had my own home, I was like, it's a thunderstorm, but you know what? I'm gonna take a shower. And guess what? I lived to tell about it.
Ooh, you a baddie.
So here we go. Meat tenderizer to the head. Ever experienced that one?
Nope. Can't say I have. My sister used to try and stab knives through my bedroom door.
Oh my god. That's kind of terrifying. It
is.
I need to get my eyes on this door. I wonder if they ever went through. Let's see. Oh, she shaved my Barbie's heads.
Yep. There's a lot of that happening. I get so pissed. I'm like, why'd you cut my Barbie's hair off? She's ugly now.
Right. I remember too, like, did you have a whole bunch of Barbies, but like one Ken to share between you and your sister? We had one Ken, and then his shoulder was broke, so his head would always pop off. It's just a real inconvenience.
It was slim pickings.
Slim pickings with Ken.
For those men.
Mm-hmm. Here's another knife one. Chased me with a knife and stabbed my bedroom door with it.
What the hell? What is with sisters and knives?
Right?
My little sister once bit my butt so hard it bled through my jeans.
Ooh. Jeez.
Ruthless.
I wish we had more context for these because, like, how old were you? There was one I had in here. I can't find exactly what she wrote, but she told me she had twin brothers. And in the middle of the night, when she was like 9 years old, they took her out of her bed, put her in the chest freezer, and sat on it in the middle of the night.
Oh my God. That's actually my worst nightmare with chest freezers, because have you heard like kids die because they
No, I have.
suffocate? Well, there used to be chest freezers. I don't think they make them like this anymore, but when they shut, they lock.
Mm.
Like they latch shut. So I've heard stories of kids dying in there.
Oh, that's terrifying. Okay, change the
So
subject,
good thing
please.
they didn't good thing they didn't leave her in there. Oh my God.
Ooh,
Anyways.
my brother ripped hair out of my head with a drill, and the other popped my elbow out of my socket. I mean, me and my sister definitely ripped some of each other's hair out, but not with a drill.
Holy shit. I didn't have an accident with a drill with my sister, but my art teacher jammed a drill bit. Like she broke the bit and it stabbed through my finger into the bone.
Ugh.
In high school. I got straight A's after that. Didn't even have to show up. It was awesome.
My sister told me that Grandpa turned the electric fence off, but he didn't. Ooh, that one's a classic. I've done that before.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a good one. My brother wouldn't drive me to school because he said I altered his gas mileage, and I was barely 100 pounds.
What a older brother thing to say.
Mm-hmm. My brother used to take my Barbie dolls and hang them from the ceiling fan by their hair. My brother tied a crate to a pulley in a tree, made my little sister get in, hoisted it up high, and then left her there.
Oh my God.
The ones that where people go through so much effort to do something so terrible to somebody is what makes me laugh so hard.
Yeah. Aaron, when he was like the first year of college, I think, is when this happened. Or maybe it was high school. His friends put his truck up in a tree, his farm truck. I don't know. They all were like wrestlers and they just fucking tossed it up there. I don't know.
Oh.
It was in a tree.
In a tree. This person wrote, I convinced my younger sister to jump off our 2-story balcony with an umbrella to fly like Mary Poppins.
That's so bad. That's the worst one. Oh my God.
I wonder if she's okay.
I hope she's alive right now.
I told my sister our mom was... Sorry. I told my sister our mom... I can't even make it through it. This is so bad. Now I just have the giggles. I told my sister our mom was dead in the house while we were waiting for the bus.
I can't.
So dark. I could just like see them like waiting for the bus, and he's like, Mom's dead. Like, what? And then gets on the bus, you know?
Brothers don't even know. Like, sisters are so savage. That's savage.
Okay. Well, let's shift gears a little bit for some more laughs. Guys, Courtney had this great idea that we should go onto Facebook and look at old posts from, 2006, 2007, like back in the day when you'd use Facebook as like Twitter, right? Because I looked at mine.
Yeah.
That's basically what it was. And if anyone needs to learn how to do this, Courtney, give them the tutorial because I didn't even know you could do this.
Okay, go to your page. Go down towards your feed there. And there's a button that says filters. It's in blue. Click the filter and pick whatever day you want. So
and then you can just,
date are you feeling?
So here is one. I screenshot some because I was looking through and just like back then, me and my friends used the Facebook timeline like DMing, but it was for everyone to see.
Okay, so
like,
that's what I was confused. Like I was looking through this earlier and I was like, there's no context. Like it's just like, I was like, are these DMs? No, it's just on my feed. Like it makes no sense.
Back then, you'd write on somebody's wall and then they'd respond to you by writing back on the wall. And it was just like back. Because the first time I did that filter thing, it was just all these things that people wrote on my wall. And then within the filter button, I had to click like posted by you to find my actual like statuses.
Oh, okay. That's silly.
It is silly.
Go ahead.
So this is from August 30th, 2009. Annaliese Wagner writes, dropped my phone in the toilet. real cool. Then there's like some comments under it. My sister wrote, again, geez, LOL, how did you do it? And then my friend, well, haha, so sorry to hear that, my friend. And then I responded back to my friend, hey, want to get drunk tonight? Call my house or my mom, I guess, because I didn't have.
That's great. I remember my friend like dropped her phone in the toilet one night, one drunken night, and I found it in the morning and she fished it out and it still worked. It sat in the toilet all night. Put it in rice.
Put it in rice. Why don't you do August 2009? See what you were up to in August 2009.
Okay, it's from my friend Sandra and it says, great success. I would like to drink out of a trough with you. That's it.
Samesies. I still feel that way about you right now.
Oh, here's a good one. Just below it, it says, from Sarah, little piece of lace in between my butt crack, smiley face. No context whatsoever. That's awesome.
June 4th, 2010. I write, I'm home 5 minutes and that dog ate my phone.
You're having lots of phone problems.
Did. A few days later, I wrote, Annaliese Wagner is off to partake in some redneck festivities.
Ooh, sounds like fun.
Oh, here's classic. November 11th, 2009, my status was, God is great, beer is good, people are crazy.
People are crazy. What was that, November 11th, 2009, you said?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go the same day and see what I was up to. I feel like I have to read this before I say it out loud.
I don't know, maybe you should just go for it.
From my sister-in-law. Well, I better be seeing you Thanksgiving, where there may be some light drinking, but probably no dancing. Maybe some card playing with Grandpa, but you gotta watch out for him because he cheats. In either case, I don't think you have to worry about embarrassing yourself. Haha.
So go click that filter thing and then hit the button where it says posted by you, because I want to see, like, I need to know what Courtney's Facebook status vibe was.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, okay. I didn't know I could do that. Courtney Feigl is going to take up shoe shining because she no longer has a job again.
Shoe shining.
And then below it says, Courtney Feigl, well, it was Minor at the time. Courtney Minor lost her phone again. Yar.
Yar.
Yar. I don't know what that means. We had a lot of phone problems.
Sure did.
Arg lost my phone again. It's like every few posts, it's just
losing that phone. Oh. Give me a date.
How about May 27th, 2009?
Oh God, do you remember bumper stickers on Facebook? You could send people bumper stickers. They were like the memes, the OG memes.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I participated.
I did a lot because I'm looking at my feed and it was like April 21st, bumper sticker. But you can't see what the bumper sticker is anymore. It's just like bumper sticker.
Oh, so that's
your bumper sticker. I would post and share so many of those. That's all I have. So we got to pick a different day.
Mine says Courtney Feigl wishes Adam would let her dream of being a Chippendales dancer come true.
Annaliese Wagner needs Chinese food.
I respect that.
Oh, this must
Love
be
me some Chinese food.
In 2000. So this is 2010. Tom and I moved in together, and I write, Annaliese Wagner needs someone with a lot of money and decoration skills to come deal with Tom's house. July 6th, 2010. Annaliese Wagner pulled dead calf parts out of a cow. Delightful.
Ooh. Let's see. Courtney Feigl is wondering where she will get $2,000 to pay off drinking tickets from Halloween. Wow, wow.
Yeah, okay, well, now we gotta talk about drinking tickets. This is gonna be a long episode. We might need to break this up. Just real quick.
Part 2.
How many drinking tickets did you get?
7.
Shut the front door. Did you really?
Are we talking just underage drinking tickets or alcohol-related tickets?
Well, let's just say underage drinking tickets.
Okay, I got 2 underages.
What are the other ones you got?
I got so we had a party in college and we were selling cups.
Oh.
We just got a whole mess of them. We got procuring alcohol to minors. I got like 3 of those. The cops were like, I could issue one of these tickets for every single person at this party, but I'll only give you 3 because I'm so nice.
gosh.
Like, oh, thanks. Selling alcohol without a permit because we were selling cups, which, by the way, I wasn't even seen at this party. Like, I was hiding in my room with the door shut.
Yeah.
And my roommates were like, oh, yeah, Courtney, they just listed off all the roommates.
Bitches.
Yeah, I moved out after that. I was like, fuck you guys. I
Yeah.
could have helped you pay off your tickets if you would have just said you were the only ones living there.
Right?
Dumbasses.
Oh,
But anyways, I accrued like 7 different tickets, and then
what a record.
afterwards, I know, so proud. My dad was like, this is bullshit. They didn't even see you there. And so he put on a suit and he like, grabbed his fancy suitcase and he waltzed into court with me one day and he's like, she's a good kid. Like, argued on my behalf.
Aw, Dad. What a guy.
So sweet. And
Did it
he
work?
actually got, like, most of the tickets dropped. I only had to pay, like, 1 or 2 of them.
Nice.
Out of 7. I'd say that's a win.
For sure a win.
So how many tickets did you get?
I had 3 underage drinking tickets.
Okay.
I got all of them in high school.
Gosh golly. And 3 different occasions, or were they?
3 different occasions. One was in my friend's field. One was at Country Fest. And I don't know. The third one must have been a house party or something. I don't know. But I was a little hellion in high school. Just hellion.
I got one of them in high school. I got, like, my first one I got when I was 18. And then the other ones I got when I was, like, 20, I think.
Does it make you really scared to be a mother now? Because I'm like,
absolutely, yeah.
Are we going to be smart? Are these kids, they're like, I always tell myself, oh, they're not going to get away with shit. But there's probably going to be new tricks.
Oh, yeah. These are different times now.
Going to be payback for the idiots we were.
Right? I'm just tickled that I'm still alive.
Same.
I did so much stupid shit.
Mm-hmm. Like, the meme, I'm sure you've seen it a million times. You'd used to tell your mom that you were sleeping over at Brittany's house, but really you were drunk in a field with a bottle of UV blue.
Oh, 100%. Like,
good times.
Lots of field drinking going on.
With that, I feel like we could go on forever, but we won't.
Oh, yeah.
Make people listen.
Maybe there needs to be a part 2.
Yes, we can come back to this topic. It was a fun one.
It was. It really was.
We each need to have our sisters on, or like we should plan our sisters, and that way we can get their opinions on everything that happened.
Yeah. Yes, that would be so much fun. I love it.
Well, Courtney, you have a day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Guys, thanks for hanging out with us today.
If you had as much fun as we did, would you do us a favor and share this episode with a friend?
Speaking of friends, can we all be friends over on the Instagram? You can find me at @ModFarmChick.
And me at Mrs. Green Pastures Cattle.
See you next week, guys.